Hi, I'm Alison. If you haven't met me before, I am the owner and director of ICE, the Institute of Culinary Excellence. All right, guys, we're going to do some garlic together now. We're going to make a garlic paste. We're going to crush garlic. So it's different from chopping. I'll show you chopped garlic, easy. We're going to crush it. All right, now, I'm not Jamie Oliver. I can't bang myself down and break the garlic because I'm not strong enough, pretty much. But, you know, what I'm going to do is just use my fingernails, it's the girl's way, and break out a couple of these garlic cloves. Just run your finger down each side of that garlic and just pull out the cloves just like so. It's easy. I can't bang it down, it just hurts my hand. I'm not sure. Can you do it, Matt? Bang it down. All right, what I want to show you though is if I'm going to use this technique where I go boom and peel the garlic, but you don't do that with that root in, because if you do, the knife ricochets up, you're going to cut yourself and the garlic scoots off. It's pointless. Take your little paring knife, because remember, right knife, right job. We're going to take off that hard core, and that's the bottom of the garlic. So that's that bit here I'm talking about. Get rid of that, baby, because that is really hard to squash, sorry. Made up a new word then. I said squash, that's nice, I might use that. All right, take away these. There's not really any use for that. Compost, yes. All right, you don't need to peel anything at the moment. This is making life very easy for you. All right, so we are going to now take our knife to the corner of the board. Remember, we don't want the board impregnated with the smell of garlic, because if you were then to cut the pineapple or the rock melon, it would taste of garlic. My mum once said she went out for something to eat. She had a fruit salad. She said it was all lovely. She said, but it tasted of garlic. And she said, Alan and I couldn't work it out. It's like, yeah, well, I can work it out. The chef hasn't washed the blooming board down. So if you're doing garlic, use the corner of the board and make sure you take half a lemon, give it a scrub over, scrub it down, and make sure that's the corner that you always use. Don't go smashing it all over the rest of the board. All right. Knife blade away from you, hand down, smash. Look, that's all you're going to do. And now imagine if you had that core or that root in, it's really hard to do, and it doesn't work as well. So look, just roll him down and boom, shaka. All right? Now, the good news is that all you've got to do is pinch the top of the garlic and voila, we have peeled it. I think this is awesome. I love this. This is my party trick. Look, garlic peeled, boom, easy. Why would you use the jar or the toothpaste garlic when you can do that yourself? Now, that isn't really crushed. That's just squashed at the moment. All right, let's keep one piece and I'll chop it for you. This piece I'm going to crush even further. So I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to flatten it even more than just the peel. But love the garlic skin, right? You can show your chef that one. Don't tell him I showed you. Just use it as your own. All right, get that knife out of the way. Again, you don't want to be doing that with knives in the way because they fly up and do all sorts of things. Dangerous. Keep to the end of the board, and what I'd like you to do is use that technique where you're just slicing first, because you can't crush it unless it's squashed a little bit further than this, all right? So you're just going to chop it over a little bit, and if you want to use that technique that we used before with the parsley, use it. Now, don't lose it. I've been on stage before, lots of people watching. I crushed the perfect garlic, and I moved to the end of the board, I lost the whole lot on the floor. That is not cool. It's embarrassing. So keep it there, but keep it manageable. Don't go too close to the edge, all right? There's a song there, isn't there? Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Well, remember that when you're chopping garlic. Okay, look, just like so, just chop him over like this. I like this to give me a head start for crushing garlic, all right? So what we'll do now is we're going to bring this, and this is when I normally lose the garlic, so let's hope I don't today. I'm going to use a bit of salt, okay? Now the salt, think about it. What do you think the salt's for? I reckon some people might think it's for seasoning, but nah, I reckon you guys are smarter than that. This is for traction. So when you're using a pestle and mortar and you're trying to smash something down, like even a pesto, for example, you chase a wire around the pine nuts and the basil, but you add salt, adds traction. So in other words, it kind of grips, and that's what the salt's doing for us there. Also, salt doesn't have a brain. It doesn't really know whether it's supposed to season or whether it's supposed to dry or preserve or to leach out. Doesn't know. So this case, this is, yes, it's seasoning, but most importantly, salt has the ability to absorb and draw out moisture. So this garlic paste will be quite wet, and it's amazing, and it's so strong compared with chopped garlic that you're going to need to use about a third of what chopped garlic you would use in a recipe. All right, so you're going to take your knife, and now you're going to use a new technique that you haven't seen before. You're going to take your knife, and you're going to, not only are you cutting into it, but you're squashing. Look, it's almost like smashing it. And if Matt's in close enough, you can kind of hear that sandy traction that the salt is giving us. All right, look, look at, it's also getting wet, you can see it. Look at it. It's almost like a paste already. So you're not really cutting it, you're more like just squashing it down. And that salt, remember, it's quite dumb, it doesn't have a brain. It is dragging out the moisture, it's sticky, and the garlic itself is getting squashed rather than chopped. So you're getting out all that lovely garlic flavour, and that board is getting wet now. Look at that. And imagine if you were doing it here, and then you were cutting up a sponge cake or cutting up your pineapple, it'd be awful. But the smell of this is intoxicating. I don't know any chefs that don't love garlic. I don't know, perhaps you're in the wrong business if you don't love garlic. But, you know, I know some people are allergic to it, I get that. But, oh, my God, if I was allergic to garlic, I think I don't know what I'd do. But that is ready. Now, look at that. That is amazing. That's 1 clove. Or, no, sorry, that's more than that. It's 2 or 3 cloves. But it's smashed down into this amazing, oh, it's so strong. If I was to chop that, I would never get that amount of smell from it. Now, the best way of storing that is to pop it in a bowl or jar, cover it with oil, stick it in the fridge. You will notice, I shouldn't be pointing with my knife, should I? You will notice that sometimes you get this nuclear blue or green colour from the garlic. It's kind of like a natural scientific reaction with the salt and the oil and the garlic. Don't panic about it. What I'd rather you do was crush the garlic as you needed it, to be honest with you. I don't think you need to do that too much in advance. It takes seconds to do. All right, let me get rid of that in a bowl, and I'm then going to show you the chopped garlic, which is pretty easy. I don't even really need to show you, but I will, because it's slightly different. I might leave that there for a minute, and then I'm going to wash the board down completely. All right, so with the chopped garlic, I do smash it again. It gives me a head start. And then what I do then is just I slice it, keep it to the edge here, slice it this way. So that's the slice sort of garlic that you can use. Sometimes it says to fry slices of garlic in Asian food, you know. Turn them all around, and then I'm going to chop over it. And what I'll do is use the old-fashioned technique of just the chop like we did with the garlic, with the parsley, sorry. And you notice how dry this is compared to the one next to it? And that's why I wanted to do it at the same time and leave it there so I can show you. So finely chopped garlic, boom shaka, it's done. But look at the difference. Can you see? That's chopped and dry. That's good for stir fries and stuff, you know, for Asian food. This one is your French food, your beautiful Italian food, your beautiful garlic butter, all that sort of stuff. This one would be something that you would put into a wok with a bit of sesame oil or peanut oil and gradually bring that to temperature, because that will burn really badly. That burns even worse. All right. Okay, there's your 2 processes for garlic. I'll be right back.